Ladies and gentlemen, let me hit you with the hard truth. Nobody cares about your excuses. No one cares about your struggles, your failures, or your tough circumstances. The world doesn't wait for you to catch up. It's time to realize that if you want success, you'll have to earn it through hard work, persistence, and resilience. You don't get a free pass because life is tough, and no one is going to hand you the life you want. You might think that someone somewhere will take pity on you or that you'll catch a break, but that's not how life works. The world operates on one principal value. You get what you give. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. If you're sitting around waiting for things to change, waiting for some magical moment, you're going to be disappointed. The secret is simple: work harder. Outwork everyone around you, outlast your competition, and outpace your doubts. Your journey is yours alone. No one will carry you. No one will do the work for you. That's the hard truth. But guess what? You can still make it. If you put in the time, energy, and effort, you'll eventually see the results. And those results will speak louder than any excuse or complaint. So when you feel like giving up, remember, nobody cares. It's on you to work harder, push through, and create the success you desire. Listen carefully. No one owes you anything. Life doesn't owe you success, wealth, or happiness. If you're waiting for someone to hand you a break, you'll be waiting a long time. The sooner you accept this reality, the better off you'll be. You see, in this world, there are no guarantees, no promises that things will turn out the way you want them to. It's not about the hand you were dealt, it's about how you play the hand. People often think that just because they've worked hard or have had tough times, they're entitled to a certain outcome. But let me tell you, hard work alone doesn't guarantee success. It's consistency, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of your goals that get results. It's your responsibility to figure out how to get to where you want to go. No one is going to create your success for you. No one will knock on your door and hand you the life you dream about. Expecting something from others, whether it's a handout, a favor, or recognition, only sets you up for disappointment. The world operates on one simple truth: you reap what you sow. What you put into life is what you get out. If you're looking for shortcuts, thinking someone's going to feel sorry for you, or waiting for the perfect moment, then you're missing the point. The moment you stop waiting for someone to give you what you think you deserve and start taking action, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to take control of your own destiny. You are the author of your own story. No one will care about your struggles unless you show them that you've made something of yourself. You can be the one who chooses to rise above your circumstances. It's up to you, and only you, to make it happen. Let's face a hard truth: excuses won't pay the bills. No one's interested in your reasons for why you can't succeed, and life doesn't care about the obstacles you faced. You can tell 100 stories about why things didn't work out, but that doesn't change the reality that at the end of the day, results are what matter. It's not about how many times you've been knocked down or how tough your circumstances are. What matters is what you do after the setbacks. People love to come up with reasons for why they can't do something. They say, I don't have the time, I'm too old, I didn't have the right opportunities, but none of that is going to change the fact that the world operates on action, not excuses. If you spend your time explaining why things are hard, you'll never get to the point where you're actually doing something about it. Excuses are just a way of hiding from the real work. They're a shield, a mask that keeps you comfortable in your current situation, even when you know deep down that you're capable of more. But comfort never leads to growth. It's the action you take despite the excuses that brings progress. Everyone faces challenges and everyone has their fair share of problems, but the people who succeed are the ones who get up, move forward, and do the work despite those challenges. They don't get distracted by the obstacles, they push through them. When you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your life, everything changes. You'll stop looking for someone or something to blame and start focusing on the solutions. You'll stop talking about why things are hard and start taking real, deliberate steps toward your goals. Success doesn't care about your excuses. It cares about your effort, your consistency, and your commitment to getting the job done, no matter how tough it gets. Success is not a gift. It's not something that's handed to you because you want it or because you think you deserve it. It's the direct result of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. Too many people wait for success to fall into their laps, thinking that one lucky break will change everything. But that's not how it works. Success is built day by day, hour by hour, and decision by decision. It's a product of the effort you put in when no one's watching, when things get tough, and when others are giving up. When you decide to commit to something, truly commit, that's when the real work begins. It's about showing up every single day, putting in the effort, and never stopping until you reach your goal. It's about doing the things others aren't willing to do, making the sacrifices that others aren't willing to make. While they're sleeping in, taking shortcuts, or waiting for the perfect moment, you're doing the work that matters. It's not glamorous, it's not always fun, but it's the only way to get to the top. People often look at someone successful and think it's luck or talent, but those are just surface-level traits. The real secret is the work they've put in. Behind every successful person is a history of hard decisions, tough times, and countless hours spent honing their craft. You don't get to skip the work and expect the rewards. The truth is you have to grind even when it seems like no one is noticing or when it feels like you're making no progress. Every bit of effort compounds, and before you know it, you'll see the results. Success is not something that just happens to you. It's a direct reflection of your mindset, your effort, and your ability to keep going when the going gets tough. You've got to work for it, fight for it, and never let up. There's no magic formula, no shortcut. It's all about putting in the hard work and doing it consistently, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, and even when the world tells you to quit. That's how success is built. And when you've put in the work, when you've paid your dues, you'll find that success is always the product of your effort. Too many people sit around waiting for the right moment to take action. They tell themselves, I'll start when the time is perfect or when I have everything lined up. I'll make my move, but here's the reality. The right moment will never come if you keep waiting for it. Perfection doesn't exist, and the perfect conditions are a myth. Life doesn't work that way. If you keep waiting for everything to align, you'll waste time, and time is the one thing you can't get back. The truth is, the best time to start is right now with what you have. The moment you wait for won't suddenly be any better than the one you have today. In fact, the more you wait, the more you're putting off the inevitable. Every moment you delay is another moment you could have used to move forward. And what you'll find once you take action is that you didn't need everything to be perfect in the first place. You didn't need all the answers. You just needed to take that first step. Waiting for the right moment is a trap. It's a form of procrastination. You start convincing yourself that you're being careful or wise, but in reality, you're avoiding the discomfort of starting. But guess what? Starting is always uncomfortable. It's always messy, always uncertain. But that's where the growth happens. The magic doesn't happen when you've figured everything out. It happens when you decide to move, even when you're uncertain. Every great achievement, every big success started with someone who took action even when they weren't ready. It's the courage to start, the determination to move forward despite the lack of perfect conditions that separates the dreamers from the doers. You can plan all you want, but planning without action is just wishing. The key to success is not waiting for the perfect time, it's creating the right time by taking action. You have to be willing to leap before you feel fully prepared. The moment you step out of your comfort zone and begin the work, things will start to fall into place. You'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll adapt as you go. So stop waiting. Don't put off the work, the effort, and the action any longer. The right moment is now. The world doesn't care if you're ready or not. It doesn't pause to give you extra time to catch up or take a breather. While you're waiting for the perfect conditions, the world is moving forward relentlessly. People are making decisions, taking action, and moving toward their goals, whether you're in the game or not. Time keeps ticking, and every second you hesitate is a second someone else is using to push ahead. The world doesn't wait for you to catch up. It moves on with or without you. It's easy to think that you have all the time in the world, to assume that things will slow down and give you a chance to start. But that's not how it works. Opportunities don't wait around for you to feel ready. Life won't hold back simply because you haven't yet made up your mind. The truth is, you can spend your whole life preparing, planning, and waiting for the right moment. But while you do, life is passing you by. People who take action, who make decisions and move forward, are the ones who see results. If you're sitting around hoping for the world to slow down or for someone to give you permission to get started, you're missing the point. The world doesn't care about your hesitation. It doesn't care about your doubts or your fears. It just keeps moving forward. And so should you. Success doesn't wait for those who are unsure. It rewards those who take action, who keep moving, and who push through their uncertainty. This doesn't mean that you should act recklessly or impulsively. It means that waiting for the right time or for the world to align perfectly is a fool's game. The world will never align itself to your schedule, and it won't stop to accommodate your worries. You have to make the decision to move now. You have to decide to step into the flow of life and start creating the opportunities you need, even if it feels uncomfortable. The longer you wait, the more chances you lose. The world will not wait for you. It's up to you to step into it, to seize what's available, and to take action. Your future doesn't depend on when the world decides to slow down. It depends on when you decide to start. The time to act is now. The world is moving. And if you're not in motion with it, you'll be left behind. Don't wait for things to be perfect, because they never will be. Jump in, take action, and adjust as you go. The world won't wait for you, so make your move while you still have the chance. Talent is often seen as the golden ticket to success. People believe that if you have natural ability, everything will fall into place, and that talent alone will carry you to the top. But let me tell you, talent will only take you so far. Hard work, on the other hand, is what will push you beyond the limits of what you thought possible. You can have all the talent in the world, but without hard work, you'll never reach your full potential. Hard work is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're the most naturally gifted person in the room. If you're not willing to put in the effort, someone with less talent but more dedication will leave you behind. The truth is, talent is overrated. It's often just the starting point, not the end result. It's what you do with that talent that counts. And that's where hard work comes in. It's the consistent effort, day in and day out, that makes the difference. The people who work tirelessly, who push through adversity, and who commit to the grind are the ones who will outlast those who rely solely on their talent. They may not have the natural ability that others do, but they make up for it with effort, determination, and a relentless pursuit of improvement. Look at any successful person and you'll find that their achievements weren't the result of talent alone. It was their work ethic, their persistence, and their willingness to do what others weren't willing to do that set them apart. They worked longer hours, put in the extra effort, and sacrificed comfort for growth. And because of that, they achieved what seemed impossible. Talent can open doors, but it's hard work that keeps them open. It's hard work that builds skill, that turns weaknesses into strengths, and that brings you closer to your goals. You can't rely on talent and expect success to just come to you. You need to back up that talent with hard work, consistency, and dedication. If you're willing to outwork everyone around you, you'll find that talent becomes secondary. Your effort will carry you further than talent ever could. In the end, it's not about how much talent you have, it's about how much work you're willing to put in. Talent may give you a head start, but it's the work, the effort, and the perseverance that will help you cross the finish line. So don't wait for things to be easy or for the perfect moment. Get to work and let your effort outshine any natural ability you might have. Because when talent meets hard work, that's when real success happens. You've heard the saying, you get what you give, and it's not just a nice little phrase, it's a universal truth. Life operates on this simple law: what you put out into the world is exactly what you'll get back. If you're putting in minimal effort, don't be surprised when you get minimal results. If you're giving little, expect little in return. The energy you bring to the table, the work you put in, the attitude you adopt, all of it creates a ripple effect that returns to you in ways you can't always predict, but are always a reflection of what you've given. It's easy to think that success, happiness, or wealth are things that come by chance, or that they're handed out to some people and not to others. But the reality is that success is earned. It's a direct consequence of what you're willing to invest, whether that's time, effort, or positivity. If you want to see improvement, if you want more opportunities, if you want better relationships, you need to first look at what you're giving to those things. Are you showing up fully? Are you putting in the effort, even when it's difficult? Are you being generous with your time, your energy, and your resources? The truth is, many people expect results without giving enough in return. They want more money but don't want to put in the work it takes to build wealth. They want better relationships but aren't willing to invest in the effort it takes to nurture them. They want success but aren't ready to sacrifice their comfort or put in the long hours required to achieve it. What they fail to realize is that success and fulfillment aren't handed to you. They are earned through what you put out into the world. Every action, every choice, every decision you make is a deposit in the account of your future. If you're planting seeds of hard work, integrity, and generosity, you will see those seeds grow into something powerful over time. But if you're planting seeds of laziness, resentment, or negativity, don't be shocked when those seeds bear fruit that you don't want. What you get in life is the result of what you give. And if you want to see change, the first step is always in the giving. Give your best, give your time, give your effort, and give with a sense of purpose. The universe doesn't operate on fairness, it operates on the principle of reciprocity. What you give comes back to you in ways you might not expect, but in amounts that are always in alignment with what you've put in. Remember, no one's going to hand you success on a silver platter. You get what you give. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. The more you give to others, the more you'll receive in return, not just in material wealth, but in growth, opportunities, and fulfillment. Life will reward you in direct proportion to the energy, effort, and commitment you put into it. So give your best, because in the end, that's exactly what you'll get back. In life, there are countless things that are beyond your control. You can't control the economy, the weather, the actions of others, or even the circumstances you find yourself in at times. But here's the key: you don't need to control everything. The most powerful thing you can do is focus on the things that are within your control. If you're constantly consumed with things you can't influence, you'll waste time and energy on distractions that will only lead to frustration. The secret to success is knowing what to focus on, and that's the things you can control. You can't control the past, and you can't control what other people think or do, but you can control how you respond. You can control your attitude, your work ethic, and the choices you make every day. Those are the things that will shape your future. If you spend your time focusing on external factors you can't change, you're setting yourself up for disappointment and discouragement. The power lies in directing your energy inward to the things that you have the ability to influence. How you choose to spend your time is one of the most important things you can control. Time is the one resource you can never get back, so how you use it will determine the quality of your life. Are you spending your time on things that add value, things that help you grow, or are you wasting it on distractions and things that don't move you forward? This is entirely up to you. You can also control your habits. Are you developing productive habits that align with your goals, or are you stuck in the habits of procrastination and self-doubt? Every habit you form, whether good or bad, is a choice. And those choices will shape who you become, so choose wisely. Focusing on the habits you can control, like being disciplined, consistent, and taking action, is the path to success. Your mindset is another thing you can control. You have the power to choose your thoughts, your beliefs, and how you view the challenges you face. You can decide to see obstacles as opportunities to grow, or you can let them hold you back. It's all in how you choose to perceive and react to situations. This is where true power lies. When you focus on controlling your mindset, you take away the power from circumstances and give it back to yourself. Lastly, you can control your effort. No matter where you start, no matter what challenges you face, your effort is entirely in your hands. You can decide every day to show up, to work harder, to push past your limits, and to do what others aren't willing to do. Success isn't about having the perfect circumstances, it's about giving your best effort in every situation. When you focus on what you can control, you stop wasting time on things outside your influence, and you put all your energy into what will actually move you forward. The result is simple: your life becomes more aligned with your goals and your potential. So stop worrying about what you can't change and put your focus on what you can, your actions, your choices, and your effort. This is the key to unlocking your true power and achieving everything you want in life. Success doesn't come from a burst of effort or a single moment of brilliance. It comes from the steady, consistent actions you take day after day, month after month, and year after year. The key to achieving anything worthwhile in life is consistency. It's the small, daily habits, the things you do when no one is watching, that will determine whether you succeed or fail. You can have all the talent, intelligence, and potential in the world, but without consistency, you will never reach your full potential. Think about it. Everything you've accomplished in your life has come from a series of consistent actions. Whether it's your career, your health, your relationships, or your finances, the progress you've made came because you showed up day after day, put in the work, and stayed committed to the process, even when you didn't feel like it. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Small, steady actions compounded over time yield massive results. Consistency is what separates those who reach their goals from those who don't. Many people start strong. They're excited, motivated, and ready to make big changes. But then as time goes on, they get distracted, they lose motivation, and they stop putting in the work. The difference between the person who achieves their goals and the one who doesn't isn't talent or luck. It's the person who kept going when it wasn't easy, when the excitement faded, and when the challenges got tough. Consistency also builds momentum. When you make progress, even small progress, and do it consistently, you start to create a snowball effect. Your efforts begin to compound. One small action becomes another, and soon those small steps add up to something much bigger. That's the power of consistency. It's not about one giant leap forward. It's about taking steady steps every single day that lead you to your destination. Remember, consistency is also about discipline. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel like it, and staying focused on your goals no matter what distractions come your way. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but the true test of your character is how consistent you are when things aren't perfect, when you don't feel motivated, and when obstacles get in your way. Success isn't an overnight achievement. It's a product of the consistent actions you take toward your goals, no matter how small they seem. The key is to keep going, even when progress seems slow. Trust the process. Trust that your consistent effort will pay off. Because in the end, it's not about the moments of inspiration, it's about showing up day after day and doing the work consistently. And when you do, you'll find that success was always within your reach, just waiting for you to keep going. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It means acknowledging that your circumstances, your success, and your failures are the result of the choices you've made, not the actions of others or the circumstances you've been dealt. No one can shape your life for you. It's on you, no excuses, no blaming others. If you want to change your situation, you must first take full responsibility for where you are right now. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for someone or something else to change. You stop pointing fingers and stop playing the victim. Instead, you recognize that the power to change your life is in your hands. Whether your current situation is good or bad, it is the result of your past decisions, and only you have the ability to change those decisions moving forward. The moment you take full responsibility is the moment you take control of your future. One of the most common traps people fall into is the habit of blaming others or their circumstances. It's easy to point to external factors like the economy, bad luck, or the actions of other people as reasons why things aren't going the way you want. But the truth is, blaming others or the world around you only keeps you stuck. The real power comes when you stop blaming and start taking action to improve your own life. When you take responsibility, you take the first step in solving the problem. You stop waiting for external forces to change and start making changes from within. Taking responsibility also means understanding that every choice you make has consequences. You are the sum of your decisions, and the life you are living right now is the result of decisions you've made in the past. If you want to change your life, you need to make better choices today.